The first call came before Ethan Mercer had even backed out of the driveway. He watched the screen light up once, twice, then continuously until the phone vibrated against the center console like something alive. Dad, Mom, Tyler, Dad again. He muted it and kept driving. Rain dragged across the windshield in uneven lines, blurring the neighborhood into smears of porch lights and wet pavement. His chest still carried the pressure of the dinner table, the sharp sound of his father's palm striking wood hard enough to rattle the glasses. "You failed this family." Not shouted at first, worse than shouting, measured, decided. His mother had stepped in after that, voice thinner, emotional in the way people become when they believe they're finally saying the truth out loud. "If you're this miserable here, then leave." Tyler stayed mostly quiet through all of it. That part bothered Ethan more than the yelling. His younger brother had mastered the art of surviving by letting other people become targets first. Ethan had stood, grabbed his coat, and walked out without taking the bait. No speech, no defense, just silence. At the stoplight near the highway entrance, another notification appeared, fraud alerts, multiple high-risk transactions detected. His stomach tightened instantly, the shared emergency account. He already knew before opening the details. 3 failed attempts, 2 gambling payment processors, 1 overseas transfer request. All within 7 minutes, Ethan leaned back against the seat and closed his eyes. 6 months earlier, after his father nearly got trapped in a phone scam, Ethan had convinced them to let him become the monitoring authority on the family emergency account. He worked in fraud prevention for a mid-sized banking contractor. It was supposed to be temporary, a safeguard. Nobody had cared much about the paperwork at the time. They just wanted the problem solved. Now the system was doing exactly what it was designed to do. He hit freeze. Then he sent one text into the family group chat. Perfect timing. "I just froze the credit cards." The calls multiplied immediately. By the time he pulled into a gas station parking lot, there were 27 missed calls. He stared at the number for a long moment, strangely calm, not satisfied, not vindicated, just tired in a cleaner way than before. Tyler finally left a voicemail. "Ethan, pick up the phone. Seriously, the cards aren't working." A pause, then quieter. "What did you do?" Ethan deleted the message without responding. Another call came through seconds later. His mother this time. He answered before he could reconsider. "Why would you do this to us?" she asked immediately. The word "us" settled heavily in the car. Ethan looked out through the rain-dark parking lot. "There were flagged transactions." "You froze everything?" "I froze suspicious activity." "You embarrassed your father at the bank." That almost made him laugh. He thought about the years he'd quietly transferred money into their checking account when his dad's contracting job slowed down. The utilities he paid without mentioning. The debt consolidation forms he stayed up filling out after work while everyone else slept upstairs. Invisible things only mattered once they stopped functioning. "I didn't embarrass him," Ethan said carefully. "The system flagged the account." His mother exhaled sharply. "Your brother said he was handling it." There it was, handling it. The same phrase Tyler used every time consequences approached. Ethan rubbed his forehead. "Mom, what exactly was he paying?" Silence answered first, then, "I don't know." But she did know a little. Enough for her voice to sound smaller now. An hour later, Ethan's supervisor called, not angry. Procedural. Apparently, Tyler had gone directly to the bank branch trying to override the freeze. When staff reviewed the flagged activity and saw Ethan listed as monitoring authority, they escalated it through compliance. "You followed protocol correctly," his supervisor said. "Do not unfreeze anything until review clears. Professional, emotionless, final." For years, Ethan's family had treated his work like vague computer nonsense that kept him sitting behind screens instead of becoming real successful like Tyler supposedly would. Now an institution was backing his judgment in language nobody could argue with. That part hurt more than it helped, because suddenly they believed him, not because they trusted him, because someone official did. The next few days unfolded quietly. His father stopped calling first. Then his mother's messages changed tone. "Can we talk?" "I didn't realize Tyler was using the account. Please call when you can." No apologies yet. just softer edges. Tyler eventually admitted he'd been covering sports betting losses with cash advances, convinced he could recover everything before anyone noticed. Ethan wasn't even shocked. Tyler always believed consequences were temporary things that happened to other people. The real surprise came from his father. 3 nights later, Ethan returned to collect some clothes from the house. The television was on low volume. Nobody looked prepared for a confrontation anymore. His father sat at the kitchen table alone. "You working tomorrow?" he asked without looking up. "Yeah," a nod, another long silence, then quietly, "Bank guy said you handled things right. It wasn't an apology." His father probably didn't know how to build one. Still, it was the closest thing Ethan had heard in years to recognition. He packed a bag upstairs while the house remained unusually still. Before leaving again, he restored limited account access from his phone. Utilities only, strict controls enabled. Enough for stability, not enough for dependency. Then he removed himself permanently as account manager. Outside, dawn was beginning to thin the darkness at the edge of the street. His phone stayed silent this time. For the first time in years, silence didn't feel like rejection, it felt like space.